Well, I thought maybe a little change of pace just before I get into the intense repair of that coil. I thought, hey, why don't we... There's no reason why we can't test this guy and still see if he works. That coil is just part of the... well, I guess it would be part of the FM antenna system. I mean, it's hardly worth worrying about at this point. So the next thing I think to do is to take this front panel off here. And so to do that, it's a pretty simple matter. Right on, that's a good move. I think it's just a simple matter of pulling the, oh my gosh, it's jumping right off. I wasn't expecting that. Knobs are half off already. Well, they're all pretty weak. Boom. Okay. Off comes the panel. Wow, it's very heavy. It's all metal. So that's very good. It should clean up quite nice. Yeah, I think this can be cleaned up and look just like new. Well, I'm not so sure about that. There's still this area right around here. It's pretty worn, but we'll see. It's going to look a lot better anyway. That's great. And these front pieces are really, really dusty. Looks like I can remove these plastic pieces easily and clean them. Clean in behind them. It's probably well worth doing. Won't do that right now though. We'll get on with powering this guy up. Really got to be careful about where the strings are. That's a general truth in life. Gotta be careful where the strings are. Now, we were well on our way to hooking up the speaker. Carry on with that. I had them hooked up, didn't I? Okay. Well, make sure everything is turned down. And what are these buttons on the front here? Let's take a look. left satellite, right satellite, power, AC and stereo. So you would imagine normally you'd have this button on. Just switch it on with this. AFC you would normally have on. Okay. Dusty, dusty, dusty. Okay, I'll plug the power cord in. And I'll set the maximum current limiting that I have, which is one light bulb, 140. Switch is off. Just doing a safety check here. This is not good. Too many unnecessary wires around there. Exactly. Plug's kind of falling out of the outlet there, and the prongs were exposed. That's exactly why I like to clean the place up a little bit before I start plugging things into power like that. Because you never know. Okay, we're ready. Always a nervous moment. Here we go. I'm going to turn it on. Well, I think everything seems fine, eh? There's a speaker, have a listen. Okay, so there is a sound. Okay, let's turn it up a bit. What's this? Okay, now let's put it on AM. That must have been with the switch here. I should have taken note of a few things before I took this panel off. So here we are. AM, FM, phono tape. AM, FM. That's interesting. Oh, it's trying to turn this light on over here. Have a look at this. AM, FM, and then that's phono and auxiliary. So you can see the FM light comes on, the AM light not working. Fix that easy enough. So let's put it on AM, and we'll turn up the volume. Okay, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Not much happening there. Let's turn it down. FM. Not expect this to work. Yeah. Experiment. I'm going to touch the top of that coil. Doesn't make a sound. Well, it sure sounds like it's working to me. Well, it's working, isn't it? Next one's phono. So we could be playing a record on here. And the last one is auxiliary. Excellent. Well, excellent. Well worth fixing that coil. Surprising you get anything out of it, isn't it? On FM, since I'm pretty sure that's FM. Well, maybe it's AM. Maybe it's an AM coil. You know, maybe my whole story of how this wire hooks up is completely wrong. Maybe I don't know. But anyway, the cool thing is it is working. Little lights down here don't seem to be working. Oh, that's interesting. Let's oh, there we go. Yeah, see how, yeah, so there should be little lights coming on under these. Oh, you can just see that one barely. Yeah, you can see it on camera pretty good. It looks like you're moving a shutter. Oh yeah, so it is showing up. It's just something is so dirty and behind there that... There we go. Well, excellent. I am very much encouraged to fix that coil, and we could be 100% here. So, I just noticed something here, and that is those two holes. Two holes on the side of the FM tuner can. FM tuner can here. Okay. They just happen to be like that. So we gotta open up this can and see what's going on in there. There's like a screw there and one down there, and off she comes. Let's do that. Because I was not comfortable at all that I had found out where the wires came from at all. I'm feeling pretty sure. Especially since it worked briefly just then. So let's get that off of there. Oh, screw there. You gotta be kidding me. There we go. Okay. What's holding it? Oh, there it goes. Oh, no. It's a mystery. Watch out there. Catch the string here with the tool and rip it off. What's holding that on? I'm looking at where every corner, every place it's moving, or where it could be caught, catching on something. If this is. That's just the problem there. It's just a little tight right in that corner there. What's that? It looks like a solder point, doesn't it? You heard that snap? That was my soldering iron being turned on. So maybe that's why I can't lift it. It's going nowhere with that solder there. Yeah, that's what it is. So solder to improve the ground connection. No doubt about that. But we got to get it off and see what's going on inside there. There's no chance this is a plug. It just sits in there. No, it couldn't be, could it? No, these holes aren't coming off when the lid comes off either. They stay there, so the whole thing would stay there. Yeah, just have to get my soldering iron heated up a little bit. So let's try and figure out the story here then. Why would this come out? Well, because somebody in their infinite wisdom grabbed this like it was a handle and used it to lift the radio up. Hang on. And they used it. They used it to lift the radio up, pulling this out. And somehow catching on this coil and yanking it. Okay. That sounds alright. That's an okay story. And if this got yanked out and it's connected to a coil right in here, and the coil, look, it lines up with this opening, then that coil probably got yanked over. So let's take a look inside and see what we can see here. So first you can see that coil is lined up, and have I got this box on right? Yeah. So there's one in there. It's not too bad. That one's a little over. That one's that's a little over too. So that's the one I'm suspecting got yanked. And this got yanked out. So none of them are lining up perfectly. Ooh, what's down there? Well, okay, now I'll see if I can get this FM can off. I just can melt the solder over here. There we are. Okay, so now we're looking at the hole. See how this will come through like this. They're simply held in place by their soldering onto. That doesn't make sense. Well, these are held in place because they're wedging. They wedge in. Oh my God, really? So no wonder you can pull them out. They just wedge in there. Oh, really? Well, I can see the one wire right there. Broken off piece. Is that what that is? No, that's soldered right on there. So this is the one piece here. Right there. Now, ooh, where's the other piece? Okay, I think I see it. Very hard to see with my eye, but right there. Oh, that sound. I don't like that sound. Okay. Well, the job just doubled, didn't it? Two broken ones. This looks like it's in good shape down below. Wow. There we go. Let's just take a peek in the rest of this while we're in here. Yeah, it looks alright. Wow. Yeah, nothing loose there. Very good. So just to recap, what we've got going on this radio, there's going to be some cleanup in here, removing these two plastic pieces and cleaning them up. Trying to improve the lights that are showing up here. They should show up nice and bright. So when the button's depressed, it's really obvious that it's been depressed. Then we've got these two both difficult repairs. We've got the coil we've been looking at so much, and now its brother just over here in a somewhat similar state, waiting with some wires to be reconnected. Yeah, I might be tempted to epoxy these antenna pieces in to make sure they don't act up. So, but we also did find out that it works quite nicely, and I think it's a really good unit when it's running. So maybe soon we'll be listening to a record. Play it on that player through this amp. Be great.